The tale as old as time makes its way onto the ice here at the Darien Ice House. It's number 1 versus number 2, the Rams and the Wave, Darien and New Canaan. Hello, everybody, and welcome inside the Darien Ice House for a pretty good game today, everybody. It's myself, PJ Neville, next to me, Charlie Warnock and John Frieders. And guys, we've got a great one in store today. New Canaan, the top team in the state, staying undefeated at 16-0. Meanwhile, the Blue Wave, only 2 losses on the season. One of those, of course, to the Rams earlier on. Charlie, I'm going to start with you. The Blue Wave, they're a great team. What do they got to do to get their get back against the Rams today?
Well, obviously take a lot of low shots because Harmon has trouble with those rebounding, as James Troy scored one of those in the first game. And they really got to get their first offensive line going. Jack Mariska, James Troy, and Aiden Elders have really been the star power for this team. And obviously goalie Schaefer Repture has to get it going early on. He's coming in with a 91% save percentage, so if he gets going, Wave are going to be looking really good.
Yeah, and then John, for you, the Rams 16-0, what do they have to do to stay perfect and keep on track for the immaculate season?
Yeah, similar to what Charlie said, right? Goaltending's so important in big rivalry matchups like this. And, you know, Repture has struggled with those high shots. Jack Thompson had a nasty goal in that first game, and they also have to close out the game. The first 2 periods are only as good as that final period, as they learned in the first meeting where New Canaan scored 4 goals in the final 10 minutes.
So thank you guys for those initial thoughts. Now we're going to get into some players to watch, starting off with our goaltenders. For Darien, it's Schaefer Repture. Charlie, what do you got on him?
He's been talking about it all week. He's saying he's been ready. I've had American literature with him, so he's been ready all day today, had his headphones in, he was ready, and yeah, he's coming in prepared.
And then John, for the Rams, Brendan Harmon, the senior, what do you got?
Yeah, he's got 3 shutouts on the year, looking really solid so far this season. 1.38 goals against average, and he's got to continue that. It's going to come down to goaltending, I believe, in this FCAC tournament as well as the state tournament.
And then for our dynamic duos, some players that works just so well together. For New Canaan, it's Braden Roby and Bryce Lyden. John, what do you have?
Yeah, the fellow senior captains really bringing it to a new level this year. They were good last year. They've been on this team for 4 years. This, though, is probably their best season. 25 goals combined, 22 assists, making up for 47 points this season. They've just been electric, feeding each other, dominating. Lyden comes off of a hat trick against Richfield on Saturday.
Yeah, and then Charlie, it's the likes of junior Jack Mariska and senior Aiden Elders. What do you got?
Well, they've had the chemistry since last year. Mariska only being a junior, and Elders being able to give him some advice, being able to lead him is a really good step from Mariska. They've had the combined 36 points this year, and they really just work together. Don't have as much points as the New Canaan guys, but they make other opportunities for their team.
So that will be all for our pregame. We're going to send it down to ice level for starting lineups in the national anthem. Don't go anywhere on DAF Media and NCTV. We'll be back to you shortly. back on NCTV and the DAF Media Network after that beautiful rendition of the national anthem. And guys, you know, we showed you that dynamic duos graphic, but one of those players for the Rams, as you might have seen, he was missing in the starting lineup. Number 5, the captain, Braden Roby, is out today with an illness. Additionally, for the Rams, you know, they've had a flu going around the locker room from what I've heard. Got a couple guys out. You got Cam Lyden, who participated in warm-ups, but he took a shot to the knee in that Notre Dame-West Haven win just last Wednesday. He warmed up, but unfortunately, he will not be playing today. Maybe, you know, if all things hit the wall, we'll see a couple shifts out of Lyden, but nothing much more than that. Additionally, you know, the indication was that Eddie Harrison, the senior forward, was going to be out today as well. However, he is active today. He had apparently the flu, a sickness of sorts earlier. So for the Rams, in place of Roby, is going to be Drew Harmon. He's moving up from the third line, playing very well, and some key returnees for the Rams as well. Gray Matthews coming back from a shoulder injury that has sidelined him for a majority of the season. And George Ives, who missed just that last Ridgefield game and a part of that Notre Dame-West Haven game, he's back out there as well today, too.
Yeah, and you know, you mentioned Braden Roby not in the starting lineup for the Rams today. It's imperative that his replacement, Harmon, gets going. Drew Harmon gets going early on. He's been playing really good hockey recently, but, you know, taking that first-line shift, he's taking the opening face-off. He has to get this going early.
Yeah, and for the Rams, you know, we mentioned all the returns to the lineup, and since that last Darien game, Tony Del Carmine has come back as well for the Rams. He has been a real leader on the team in points. He's been a phenomenal facilitator for the Rams, as we got an icing there from Darien early, so going to get an offensive zone face-off for the Rams coming up. As you can see, the blue wave going from top to bottom on your screen, wearing the blue jerseys with the white numbering. Meanwhile, the Rams going from bottom to top with the white jerseys and the black numbering. It's going to be sent around and played up. It was Ely who couldn't control it. Kroll will elect to dump it down. So it's fired around the boards. It's Weibel who will try and clear the zone. Blue Wave cannot do it. Owen Roby sends one on Cage. Easy save for Schaefer Repsher. We're going to be saying his name a lot today.
And Repsher's got to lock in early. New Canaan already bringing a decent amount of pressure. Darren's looking ready, but it just really depends on how Repsher handles all of it, especially early on, so he's not really settled in just yet.
Yeah, and Charlie, same for Brendan Harmon on the other side, too, as well. New Canaan's goalie, Harmon, looks to continue his hot streak, but he's got to get settled in early. It's a hostile environment here at the Darien Ice House today.
Sachs will elect to send it down. Del Carmine tries to play it behind, couldn't quite do so. And it will finally be played out by Gamble. Gamble tried to reverse it, gets bodied along the boards. Now it's Rogan Lowe, who, if you watched that last game, you heard a lot about him. Mariska gains the zone, decides to go behind. Harden does a good job getting the puck off his stick. Mariska wraparound, and Harmon with 2 quick saves. It was Troy who nearly beat him early.
You see the rebound there. Dangerous rebound off the pad of Harmon. Darien trying to follow it up with a good second shot and force Harmon to move, shift to his right. Luckily for the Rams, though, he made the save.
And that was a very good save by Harmon. And like I was talking about pregame, Harmon has a tough time with those rebounds, and Darien almost scored an early one off of it, but he came up huge with that save.
So now for the Rams, the third line out there, Henry Laddick centering Ives and Brandt. It's going to be at the point with Kroll. He'll be able to pinch, keep it alive in the zone. Now the Wave try to start the breakout. It's going to be Laddick who will send it down to Ives. Ives sends it around. Now it's Kilroy who's battling for it. Eventually it got sent out by Samame, and that's going to be another icing on the Blue Wave. That's 3 already, first minute 40.
Yeah, 3 icings as a lot in the first minute, but you can see kind of both teams trying to feel each other out. Both teams know each other very well. They've played youth hockey together. They've grown up together, and they've played against each other numerous times. It's just another time, so both teams lots of familiarity, as well as the fact that they share the same ice rink.
So it's going to be Laddick in on the face-off against number 12. It was McNamara. McNamara eventually won it. As he has the puck right now, he'll send it off the boards. Laddick intercepts that. As McNamara tries shoving Kroll over into the Darien bench. Can't quite get all his power in on that. Ives will send it down. Rams get a change. It's going to be Persinger who plays it behind. He'll look up. Blue Wave clear the zone, but not for long as Harmon has a good stick to get it back for the Rams. It's a big hit. Comes from McNamara. Now a 2-on-2 break for the Wave. However, they lose it. It was Ely who caught a good back check from Leiden. As Thompson gets aggressive with Ely along the boards, able to dislodge that puck. Now it's Kroll behind. Elders with the pressure. And Kroll gets it up, clears the zone. Bryce Leiden up to Jack Thompson, back to Leiden. And the shot from Drew Harmon, that one just barely missed. Looked like Repture was able to get a bit of a paw on it.
And you saw Leiden there kind of swing through a couple of bodies. And one thing that's not talked about is his size for a forward. He's probably the biggest forward in the FCAC in terms of his frame and the body that he has. And he uses it to his advantage while also, he's also one of the quickest guys on the ice. So he uses his body to his advantage all the time.
Yeah, it seems like both teams might have the two biggest forwards.
I was about to say that.
And Leiden, both really big. So it's a fun matchup to see because don't really see guys that tall in hockey.
Owen Roby sent that one in. Now it's going to be Niffen who will play it behind. He loses it. Then the Blue Wave get it right back. Mariska has it behind the cage. Rams with the fourth line out there. It's going to be Roby who tried to send it down. Now moving through the center of the ice, the Blue Wave will send it around. It was Thomas Eriks. Now it's going to be back with Levy, who he will look up and get his pass intercepted by Harrison. It will be Harden.
Get hit right into the boards. Both teams are playing fast right now.
Both teams really have to keep their heads on a swivel, right, too, because in a rivalry matchup like this, guys are trying to lay bodies left and right. You have to be aware of everyone who's around you all the time.
Harden reverses it down to Roby. Roby eats a big hit from Thurlow. Now it's at the point. That one blocked out in front from Rogan Lowe. He's able to create the turnover for the Rams. Lowe in his own zone. Just clear it out. Now it's going to be chased down by Connor McNamara, who's possibly double the size of Bauer Gamble, the guy who's going against for that puck right now. Gamble able to get it out. Now it's Thurlow and Del Carmine battling for it. It's still along that left half wall. No one really truly has possession yet. Finally, the Blue Wave able to do something. Sachs keeps it alive in the zone. Now it's sent off the boards. Sachs plays it, will send it down. Rams were looking to get a change, but couldn't do anything. That's going to be an icing on the Blue Wave.
It just seems like both teams right now can't get their offense set up. Just really fast-paced. New Canaan looking good so far, and Darien had that early chance early on, but haven't really seen anything so far.
Yeah, and New Canaan's defense has been doing a good job of trying to keep that Darien offense towards the outside, block any faraway shots, and really prevent those rebound opportunities for the Blue Wave. Doing a really good job of staying tight and putting their bodies on the line when need be.
So the puck became loose after Leiden's backhand shot got blocked, and now the Wave with a 3-on-2 rush. Ely's pass got tipped. It's going to be Sachs who chases it behind. He's able to clear it up to Leiden. Leiden evades a big hit from McNamara. It's sent down. Blue Wave will look to change as Thompson moves it up through the defensive zone. This pass goes through the neutral zone. Blue Wave will have to reconstruct their offense in their D zone. They just dump it down, and Sachs looks off the boards and sent it straight at a teammate in the bench.
I think that hit Cameron Lydon on the bench, looks to be number 15.
Yeah, and that's one kind of storyline we haven't talked about tonight is New Canaan's missing one of their lead forward guys as well as one of their starting D linemen in Cam Lydon. So it'll be interesting to see how their replacements adjust. And when a guy like that goes out, it doesn't just affect one line, it affects multiple lines. Those second, third, and fourth lines have to make adjustments too.
As it's loose out in front, it's still loose. Looked like Repture made the save off the initial shot from Lydon. And now 2-on-1, Leslie on defense, it's Mariska. And he just barely couldn't handle that puck.
See though, Mariska's dangerous. He's got that elusive speed and he can turn on the jets quickly. It doesn't take him long to go from 0 to 60 and he uses that to his advantage, especially since he's on the shorter end of the guys on the ice.
Leslie was looking up to Ives. The pass misplayed off the boards and it's going to be Levy behind. Now it's Roby in the neutral zone. He'll send it down. Now Niffen is the one who sent it around. Blue Wave trying to get it out. Levy on the backhand. They finally clear the zone as it's going to be Ives who gains it back for New Canaan. And the Rams have had probably the majority of offensive zone time, but it's been the Blue Wave who've had the best opportunities so far. So we got an icing on the Blue Wave.
And New Canaan's making it really tough for Darien to get out of their defensive zone, so that's something good, that's good for New Canaan early on here.
So the face-off coming up between Thurlow and Laddick. Referee barking out orders. It's going to be won by Thurlow out to the wing. Sent around now. Blue Wave looking to spark a quick breakout. It's Thurlow who looks up to Samame. Samame dumps it in. Looked like it might have gone out of play for a sec, but didn't quite get there as Thurlow's chance from the slot goes wide. Andrew Brand able to clear the zone for the Rams. Looked like we got a high stick on the Blue Wave and a neutral zone faceoff coming up. Or sorry, offensive zone faceoff for the Rams coming up.
Yeah, and you can see the Blue Wave, their point of emphasis, their point of attack is get the puck in the front of the net, get it in the middle of the ice. You know, you can take those long shots, but you got to have someone in the middle for that rebound opportunity. They're trying to do that early on, but New Canaan doing a good job of putting their bodies on the line, good checks as well, and using their bodies and sticks to block those pucks and keep them away from the middle.
So it's going to be Persinger who misplays that. Takes a big hit from Del Carmine. Now Persinger back with it. Another hit from Del Carmine. It's going to be Tarrant who's looking up the ice, able to get it out into the neutral zone. McNamara loses a stick. Now it's Rogan Lowe with a 2-on-2 break for the Rams. He had 3 last time. His shot just wide. Harden with a big hit, trying to keep it alive. Like him and McNamara were about to have a little scruffle for a second.
See the shot by Rogan Lowe, though, aiming for that top left corner.
Oh, that was a hit from behind on McNamara. Don't like that no call there. Harden got completely blindsided. Referees didn't call it. Lowe takes a big hit. Rams got a change.
McNamara took that hit on Harmon personal. It comes right back at him. Not very clean hit. Shot from Mariska.
Shot from Mariska. That one saved from Harmon. And now it's Troy who looked to get it to the middle of the ice. His pass got tipped by Sachs. It's kept in by Levy. The shot hits the outside of the cage. Sachs trying to get it out. It's Elders. Elders down to Troy. The shot, and it's saved from Harmon again. Niffen able to keep it alive. Good job from him. Now it's finally in the neutral zone, and it's going to be Drew Harmon taking it in. 1-on-2. He'll just shoot it on cage. Repture able to cover it up.
Yeah, you see that first line of forwards come off the bench for New Canaan, but Darien had an opportunity to strike there. Couple good chances, and you see time again, you need Harmon to hold one of those pucks and keep it, just like Repture did here. But if you're a Harmon, you got to look back at that last Darien possession, and one of those times just freeze the puck, slow things down, and take an offensive zone or defensive zone faceoff.
So the face-off coming up. Harmon against what looks to be Thurlow. It's going to be one back from McNamara, but then the Rams create the turnover as Kroll gets tripped up. Now it's a quick break for the Wave. Thompson, good job on the defensive end, able to stop that opportunity. The shot from the point, I think you have an injury in the corner after the hit from Kroll along the boards. So I think we're gonna step away for a second on NCTV and the DAF Media Network. We'll be back to you shortly.
This broadcast is produced by DAF Media, a joint venture between the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. The production is staffed by student and adult volunteers from the town of Darien and southwestern Connecticut.
All right. Hello, everyone. So if you were trying to watch the New Canaan Darien hockey game that was going on, approximately 5:39 left in the first period, you are not missing anything. Paramedics are on the ice tending to an injured player. Please don't go anywhere on the DAF Media Network and NCTV. We're going to hopefully have action shortly, so please don't go anywhere.
This broadcast is produced by DAF Media, a joint venture between the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. The production is staffed by student and adult volunteers from the town of Darien and southwestern Connecticut.
This game is sponsored by our NC Rams All Sports Booster Club Platinum and Gold sponsors. We would like to thank our Platinum sponsor, Quest Builders Group, a general contracting, construction management, and consulting company who proudly supports all of our high school athletes. We would like to thank our Platinum sponsor, Dr. William Fessler of Fessler Family Dentistry, the dental office for your entire family's dental needs. At William Fessler Family Dentistry, smile. You're in good hands. We thank Platinum sponsor Frangione Engineering. Planning on putting in a pool or an addition onto your house? Are you having drainage issues on your property? Frangione Engineering can help you find a solution. Platinum sponsors and NCHS alumni Leo and Steve Carl of Carl Chevrolet, who have been proud supporters of local athletic programs for generations. Their dealership has been serving Fairfield County since 1927. Their team is ready to assist with all of your automotive needs. We thank Platinum sponsor Manfredi Jewels. Manfredi Jewels, your local official Rolex jeweler, is excited to continue carrying the finest jewelry and watch brands and welcome the New Canaan community into their newly renovated store this fall. Go Rams! Platinum sponsor Renaissance Partners, a family-owned and New Canaan-based residential building and remodeling company serving all of Fairfield County. We thank Platinum sponsor Walter Stewart's. Walter Stewart's Market has supported NC Rams athletics and the entire New Canaan community for years. Walter Stewart's is your fresh local market. We also thank our Platinum sponsor Hoyt Livery for 30 plus years of service. We would like to thank our Gold sponsor Anderson Kenny Architecture, a full-service practice that encompasses a range of commissioned residential and commercial projects. Each project is a thoughtful collaboration tailored for clients and their needs. The outcome is highly personal, constructed with intention and integrity. We thank another Gold sponsor, Club Sandwich, a family-owned deli right here in town serving the New Canaan community since 1986. They are a proud sponsor of the New Canaan community and all of our sports teams. And we thank NC Graphics LLC, a Gold sponsor who is a constant supporter of the NCHS Booster Club. They are a custom graphics company located right here in New Canaan for all of your logo designing needs. Again, a big thank you to all of our sponsors. The NC Rams All Sports Booster Club supports all New Canaan High School athletics. Go Rams!
Celebrating and supporting Darien athletes. That is a simple mission of the Darien Athletic Foundation. Broadcasting live from the field, DAF Media covers 125 games a year. All Darien teams, our youth, in our town, on our fields. Fields like the Center Oval and Upper Oval turfs, the JV softball field, and Stadium East, the longest turf in New England, all made possible by the Darien Athletic Foundation and its generous founders and donors. The Darien Athletic Foundation is not just committed to building our town's athletic infrastructure, it's improving the civic infrastructure for everyone to enjoy. The multimedia scoreboard, the snack bar pavilion, and the stadium lights, a $750,000 investment that makes Darien High School just the second school in Connecticut with LED lights. The Darien Athletic Foundation board is made up of local parents who know just how quickly it goes by. Its archives of more than 60,000 photos capture those precious moments of our young athletes as they strive to be their very best. The Darien Athletic Foundation has raised almost $9.5 million for our town and its kids, and it's not stopping there, as it continues to build a legacy for our youth as bright as their future, both on and off the field.
The Darien Foundation was founded in the late 90s by Richard and Maureen Chilton, and the initial focus there was on technology, bringing cutting-edge technology to the school system. And here we are, 25 years later, touching all different parts of Darien in so many different ways. We have a really good, thoughtful way that we go through our grant process. Organizations come to us with big ideas, and then there's a collaboration back and forth for us to kind of do our diligence. If it makes sense, we're in it together. We work together and we work to make it happen. And I think the organizations we work with like that, and I know our board members like that. They like to be involved.
As a young mom, when I moved to Darien, I jumped on the opportunity to get involved with the Darien Foundation. I'd seen their impact in many things that touched both my and my children's lives. I wanted to find out more about how we could support all the wonderful nonprofits that are in this town.
The Darien Cottage is a home that supports individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities, ages 21 and older.
Thanks to a generous grant from the Darien Foundation, the cottage here at Darien has been turned into a smart home. This smart home is bounding with technologies.
The new technology is going to have a big impact on the ability for the individuals to access their community, their friends, and their family. I want to thank the Darien Foundation for their gift that enabled us to build this smart home.
For close to 50 years, the Darien Arts Center has been the home for creative, inclusive, and dynamic arts. The generosity of the Darien Foundation has been extraordinary. Through their kindness, we now have a state-of-the-art lighting system.
The Tiny Miracles Foundation helps families who have babies in the neonatal ICU, the NICU. Prematurity happens in 1 out of 10 pregnancies. And in those situations, the Tiny Miracles Foundation is there to be by the parent's side and help them through those scary days, weeks, and even months. Tiny Miracles' new headquarters that was made possible by Darien Foundation is a game changer. We are so thankful to Darien Foundation for this new office space that is home to all of Tiny Miracles' programming and operations. Thank you.
The Darien Foundation has a super relationship with the Darien Police Department. Our most recent grant to the Marine Division was a search and rescue software.
The role of the Marine Division is sort of twofold in that we do a lot of daytime, fair weather law enforcement, which is sort of what most people see on a day-to-day basis that are boaters. The other part of our job is to go out in not amicable conditions, bad weather, nighttime.
Back live at the Darien Ice House after some scary scenes with an injured Darien player down on the ice. They got him stretchered out. Hopefully he'll be okay. Our thoughts and prayers with him here at NCTV and DAF Media, and I'm sure the entire Darien Ice House. But we're back to live action here between the Rams and the Wave. The rivalry game, number 1 and number 2. As McNamara wins the faceoff, he'll send it on Cage. Harmon able to make the save. Lydon clears it out. The slap shot from the point saved. Shot came from Tarrant. As it's sent to the far side. Now it's Thompson who will have it. He looks up to Bryce Lydon. Lydon through the neutral zone. Maybe got tripped up, no call. It's going to be Mariska with some nice edges. Able to gain the zone, not for long. Never mind. As it's going to be Kroll who will flip it up out of the zone. Now in the neutral zone, a battle for the puck. It's sent down from Harmon. It'll be Niffen now, trying to start the breakout for the Blue Wave. It's Troy who will send it down. Elders has it behind, fires it around to Mariska. Back to Elders, out in front. Troy shot saved by Harmon. Now second chance from Mariska. That one got blocked out in front. Gamble able to clear the zone. And I think we're going to get an offside here on the Blue Wave, so neutral zone face-off coming up.
Yeah, and everyone's thoughts and prayers are with the injured Darien player and his entire family. But also in the game, it'll be interesting to see how both these teams respond after about 20, 25 minutes of both teams just in the huddles praying for the best for the player. It'll be interesting to see who kind of comes out a little bit more aggressive and who comes out quicker.
So it's going to be Brooks Thompson trying to clear the zone for the Rams. He does just that. In the neutral zone, Niffin sends it down. It's going to be Thompson back with it. Thompson loses the puck to Samame. Good check from Thompson, gets it right back. Rogan Lowe behind his own cage. A shot out in front, and it trickles by. The goal for number 26, Alex Rentz, the junior with the first goal in this one for the Blue Wave.
That slips right by Harmon through his legs. He's been having a phenomenal first period. And wow, that's one you hurt. That sucks to go in. That one hurts for New Canaan.
Beautiful pass to the slot. Rent sneaks it through Harmon's 5-0. That's his first goal on the season. Second goal of his entire career. And man, what a performance for him right now. Obviously the first goal of the game, big one for the Blue Wave momentum.
So Rentz gets the goal. Now the Blue Wave lead 1-0. Just about 4 minutes remain in the first period of action. The Rams getting aggressive on the forecheck. It's going to be Laddick who sends it down. On the chase is Wadley. Sachs able to keep it alive in the zone. It's loose. Now finally played out by the Blue Wave. Sachs will grab it in the D zone. He'll look up to Ives. Ives can't handle it. Gardner Ely got it in, then immediately had a turnover possession with the delayed offside. Sachs will send it down. Just got the red line, so no icing. This Blue Wave start the breakout here. It's going to be Kroll who intercepts that one. The Blue Wave with Weibel trying to get it out. Weibel fires it across to Ely. Ely will send it down. Eats a big hit from Harden. It's going to be Kroll behind his own cage who will look to get it out. Kroll sent it up to Thompson. Thompson couldn't handle it. It went back down, got past Kroll. And Harden.
And turnover.
Kroll who loses it. He got it back across to Harden just in time. Hit off the referee. Couldn't clear the zone for the Rams. And Kroll off the wall. Elders intercepts that. Elders was looking out front to Troy. Elders got it back after the pass was tipped. Now Tarrant from the point. That one got deflected in traffic. Thompson tries to get it out. It's Persinger with the shot. It gets bottled up from Harmon.
Yeah, and you see New Canaan really struggling to get that puck out of the zone. The Blue Wave now kind of flipping the ice and the tilt and really doing a good job of keeping the puck inside the blue line in the offensive zone, creating some second chance opportunities and getting a couple shots on Harden after he just allowed that goal to Rentz through the 5-hole.
The best thing for Harmon is just to forget about it because he is having a fairly well first period despite the goal.
So it's going to be Del Carmine and Thurlow on the faceoff after the faceoff infraction. Thompson will fire it off the boards. Gamble on the chase. Niffin able to get it by. Rogan Lowe hits Thurlow, and the referee has collateral. Rentz gets taken down. Sorry, that's Levy. It gets sent around, and Owen Roby looks to get the breakout. Now Brooks Thompson out into the neutral zone. It gets by, and Del Carmine on the chase. He'll get there. Fired off the boards, and Lowe down to Del Carmine. Rogan Lowe walks in, the shot blocked. Now the Blue Wave getting it out. It was Levy who sent it down. And Sachs tries to get it out. The battle for the puck along the boards. That's finally taken out. It was Lancaster who got it free. Sachs can't get it by Eriks. Lowe finally able to get it for the Rams. He'll send it off the glass, and it escapes the zone. Connor McNamara back there on the chase, and it'll be an icing on the Rams.
So since the break, Darien has been looking in charge this game so far. New Canaan still early on, only down 1-0. They got so much time inside this game.
Yeah, you're right. Definitely kind of a tale of two first periods for both of these teams after the break. Darien dominating, but to start this game, New Canaan looked extremely solid, coming out with a lot of momentum. Obviously, they're the #1 seed and the #1 team in Connecticut right now, so they had all the confidence in the world. And something that we really haven't seen much of since the break is that physicality, kind of finishing those hits, which is understandable, but it'll be interesting to see if that picks back up.
So in the neutral zone, it's taken away by Laddick. Rams have a 2-on-2. Laddick will take it down. Nearly evades a hit. Now it's behind. Some shots flying from both sides. It's going to be Roby on the shot. It got blocked out in front. McNamara battling for it behind with Ives. Another guy who we might be double the size of. Now it's Troy trying to clear the zone. It gets sent up and down with 4 seconds left. Troy needs to get one last opportunity. He doesn't do it, and that will be it for the first period of action from the Darien Ice House. The Blue Wave lead the Rams of New Canaan by a score of 1-0 after an Alex Rentz goal.
And everybody, just want to say a quick message. Last season, Darien native Spencer Knight realized a childhood dream by winning the Stanley Cup as a member of the Florida Panthers. Spencer got to spend the day with the Cup in Darien this past September. DAF Media was there to document the event. Darien senior Ryan Peck was the editor. Let's take a look.
20 seconds to go. One last gasp for Edmonton. Bouchard's pass didn't click with Draisaitl. 12 seconds to go. Florida trying to end it up against the wall, which would be fitting. 3 seconds to go. The Florida Panthers have won the Stanley Cup.
Welcome for native Darien, Spencer Knight. And the championship, Florida Panthers. That was a great series. These guys pulled it out. This is the oldest trophy in professional sports in North America. I hope everybody gets a great picture today. But we'd like to really welcome Spencer and thank him for bringing this to Darien today. Big round of applause.
I think this shows the support and the community we have in Darien, and frankly, you know, they say it's my day with the Cup, but I think it's, you know, my family's, my friends, and the town's day with the Cup, really, because I really do believe it takes a village to get to where you are.
open up the champagne, pop. It's my house, come on, turn it up. Hear a knock on the door and the night begins. Cause we've done this before, so you come on in. Make yourself at my home, tell me where you been. Pour yourself something cold, baby, cheers to this. Sometimes you gotta stay in, and you know where I live. Yeah, you know what we is. Sometimes you gotta stay in. Welcome to my house, baby, take control now. We can't even slow down. We don't have to go a while. Welcome to my house, play that music too loud. Show me what you do now. We don't have to go a while. Welcome to my house. Welcome to my house. Morning comes and you know that you wanna stay. Close the blinds, let's pretend that the time has changed. Keep our clothes on the floor, open up champagne. Let's continue tonight, come on, celebrate. That's how we do. Sometimes you gotta stay in, and you know where I live. Yeah, you know what we is. Sometimes you gotta stay in. Welcome to my house, baby, take control now. We can't even slow down. We don't have to go a while. Welcome to my house, play that music too loud. Show me what you do now. We don't have to go a while. Welcome to my house. Welcome to my house. Welcome to my duck off the crib, the spot, the pad. But my house is your house if you throwing it back. Excuse me if my home draining is sad. Soon as these happy faces land, you can run with the cash. Home run, slam dunk, touchdown pass. Mi casa es tu casa, so it ain't no holding back. Another shot of vodka, you know what's in my glass. It's my house, just relax. Welcome to my house, baby, take control now. We can't even slow down. We don't have to go a while. Welcome to my house, play that music too loud. Show me what you do now. We don't have to go a while. Welcome to my house. We ain't gotta go out, 'cause welcome to my house. What? Welcome to my house. It's my house.
Hope you guys enjoy that video of Spencer Knight, created by Ryan Peck. You can catch it on the DAF Media YouTube channel.
And now we got some second period action between number 1 and number 2 in the state. The Blue Wave currently lead the Rams of New Canaan by a score of 1-0, like I just said. It comes off a lone goal from the junior Alex Rentz. That's currently the difference maker in this one right now. The Rams, however, this is a team that doesn't get off to a lot of pot starts. It's really those come from behinds that make the difference for them. So let's see how they respond out here right now.
Yeah, and just take a look at that Darien huddle right now. All those guys all kind of huddled up. You can just tell they're ready to go. They're ready to continue to try to extend this lead. Whereas if you're New Canaan, you can't leave it up to the third period to come back again. You want to get a goal. You want to produce some offense here in this period. You have the talent. You have Bryce Lyden. You have Jack Thompson. You have some scorers. You just need to get them activated. You got to start taking some more shots on Repture.
So the puck is dropped, and we are underway here at the Darien Ice House. You're watching NCTV and DAF Media. Drew Harmon gets bodied by McNamara. A scrum for the puck along the boards. It gets out, clears the zone. Kroll tries to get it back down. Ely able to intercept that. Now it's Thompson, makes a nice move. Another one, and they're going to get the Rams for an offside. So now that we're in the second quarter, the Blue Wave will be heading from bottom to top on your screen, representing their blue jerseys with white numbering. Meanwhile, the Rams going from top to bottom, white jerseys, black numbering. It's going to be the second line out there for both squads. Rogan Lowe and Elders on the face-off. Lowe won it back. Sachs plays it. He'll give it in to Lowe. Sachs almost got sent into the Darien bench as Repture makes the high side glove save.
And Darien is looking like the more physical team right now, laying out a lot of hits. As the New Canaan player got sent into the Darien bench, and it just brings so much momentum for Darien when New Canaan also is a very physical team, but with the absence of Roby, that might hurt.
Yeah, and you saw Harmon get knocked up a little bit by McNamara too as well, who's in for a replacement for Braden Roby.
So it's Harden who plays it from the point. His slap shot got deflected out in front. And Repture still able to make the save after the puck got through some traffic. So another offensive zone faceoff coming up for the Rams. And you guys talked about the physicality. I think that's the one thing in every single game this year the Rams have led in physicality. But this one, it feels a little different. The Rams not playing with as much firepower as they normally are. As Harden shot wide. Now it's Sachs. His shot gets tipped off Niffin.
Well, revenge is a dangerous animal to fight. Darien coming in here after losing that game. The first time these teams played, they lost 4-3. They gave up 4 goals in the final 10 minutes. And teams looked kind of down upon them once they lost to New Canaan. And so revenge, again, as I said, dangerous kind of animal to fight. If you're New Canaan, you're fighting Darien, but you're also fighting a Darien team that's really has nothing to lose right now.
And a great stretch pass from Sachs. Just barely missed Del Carmine. It was centimeters in between Del Carmine and a fast break for the Rams. Instead, it's going to be a defensive zone faceoff for them. Taking it will be Henry Laddick. Meanwhile, the Blue Wave, it's number 6, the junior Ryan Thurlow. He'll win it back to Samame. The shot from the point. That one's saved from Harmon. It's loose out in front. Still loose. And finally possessed from Ives.
And what a slap shot there from Kilroy. That was a really good shot, but really good save there from Harmon.
Now it's Brandt who will have it. He'll send it off the boards, try and clear the zone. Thurlow loses it between his 2 feet. And it's going to be played behind by Kroll.
Yeah, and Charlie, we talked about before the game how Darien feeds off of the energy from the crowd. Now they're going towards Harmon, who is right next to the Darien student section. How do you think that affects the Blue Wave in this period?
I mean, it affects them a lot. You hear a lot of oohs and ahs after that Kilroy slap shot, so it's got to put some pressure on him, distract him a little bit. And with all the hits, too, crowd really gets into it, so it's just distracting for the whole team.
The Rams finally able to clear the zone, but the Blue Wave, with all the pressure and all the momentum in this one right now, it's sent in from Persinger way high of the cage. It's going to be Thompson who looks up to Ives. That's Brandt who makes a nice move, loses it, and now Tarrant looking to push the pace. It's going to be back with Brooks Thompson. He loses it. It goes down. Played behind from Tim Davis. First time we're saying his name tonight. Now Lancaster, he lost it. Tarrant at the point, he'll send it down. Leiden makes a huge hit on him. And we've got a delayed penalty on Leiden, it seems. So Repture will escape the cage.
Darien should try to control possession here, get that extra man on right now.
It goes behind the cage. And finally touched by the Rams. I think it was Leiden on the penalty. However, I'm not 100%. Didn't see what happened. Yeah, and it's going to be Leiden on the penalty.
I believe it'll be a charging call. Saw a little bit too much physicality by Leiden, or physicality at the wrong time, I should say, by Leiden. So he'll spend 2 minutes in the box. If you're New Canaan, you can't continue to be on the penalty kill. You know, that's kind of been one pattern this year, is they've taken a lot of penalties and it hasn't killed them yet. But against a team like Darien, those penalties can really hurt you.
Great block from Ives on the shot. Looked like it was coming from Elders. Rams now go to work on the forecheck. It's Harrison who forces Mariska back behind his own cage. Now Owen Roby with a good play on the puck. Samame bodied him off it. Now it's Levy who would take it behind. He looked up to Sachs. Rams delayed offsides. It's going to be Levy across to Mariska. Mariska takes a quick little hit from Rogan Lowe. It's sent down by the Rams.
Canaan's doing a really good job so far. And going back to Leiden's penalty, especially with guys like him and McNamara, it's just so hard to control your size and not get a penalty with hits like that.
A bunch of hits there from McNamara. Rogan Lowe didn't give up on the play. Was battling through it. Sent it down now. Rogan Lowe, that's a guy that's never going to give up. You saw that third period against Darien the first time around. He gets it back here. Out in front, Gamble. It was a great opportunity for Bauer. Gamble shorthanded. Now the Blue Wave with a quick 5-on-3 rush. Let's see what they could do. It's Elders who looks across to Troy. Troy just gets it poked off his stick. The Blue Wave now settled on the offensive end with 30 seconds left on the power play. Below with a great play to force it off his stick and send it down. Rams get a change on the shorthanded unit. It's going to be Mariska through the neutral zone. Thompson with a great play to get it off.
And this New Canaan power play kill has been phenomenal. Darien not even getting like a shot off right now. And again,
it's going to be Thompson once again. And this could be quick change of tides for the Rams if they're able to push the pace here, get some momentum back. With Darien on their heels, it was Kilroy who sent it around. Leiden with a big hit right in front of the New Canaan crowd.
And this is where, right, you take that momentum you gain from the penalty kill, get some shots, put some pressure on Repture. You see Leiden with the wraparound.
Across to Kroll, back down to Leiden. It gets sent. Oh, Kroll able to keep it in the zone, just barely. It was centimeters. Now Kroll will send it in. The Blue Wave send it down for an icing. But the Rams getting some momentum back of their own with 9:13 left in the second period of action. Blue Wave still lead with a score of 1-0 off the lone goal from the junior Alex Rentz.
And that gives the Rams a ton of momentum, just absolutely shut down Darien's power play and almost scored a man-down goal of their own. And now they're in Darien's defensive zone with the momentum riding on their backs, and they'd be huge if they could capitalize here.
Yeah, and it starts with winning the face-off, which they don't. And the Blue Wave now just trying to get it out of their own end.
So that one's played out. It's Elders and Troy who had a 2-on-1 break. Sachs able to break up the opportunity. And now it's going to be Gamble who looks across to Lowe. Lowe dumps it off for Harmon. He makes Mariska miss. Now the point, Roby able to send it down. Tarrant plays it Rams getting aggressive on the forecheck. Sachs has it in the neutral zone. Rams forced to reset. They'll get a line change. Tarrant looking up. He'll just attempt to rush it himself. Finally dumps it down.
Tarrant going through the whole team right now.
He meets a brick wall, and Jack Kroll sent all the way down. Repsher will have to play it. It's Ives who got in there, forced him to freeze it. And we'll get an offensive zone faceoff coming up for the Rams, see if they could get some positive momentum and a goal on the board against the Blue Wave.
Yeah, just look at that extra effort from Ives to get all the way down, force Repsher to hold the puck. And now, you know, another offensive zone faceoff. It starts inside the faceoff dot, win a couple of faceoffs, move the puck around, and even take some shots from the point. Take some shots high because they know they can beat Repsher high if given the opportunity.
So it's going to be Niffin who takes it around. He looks out to McNamara. It's finally out with Weibel. He'll try to gain the zone. He'll dump it in. Goes behind. Now finally played out. Rams with a quick 3-on-2. If they want to take it, Brandt loses it. Gets it right back. Down on his knees. It's sent around. Niffin up to Weibel. Big hit from Brandt. And another. Leiden getting into it as well. It's out in front, and a miscommunication. Two Rams tried to get the puck in the slot, both on their dominant hand. That was a great opportunity.
If you're New Canaan, though, you see Brandt go after Weibel. That's kind of the mindset that you have to have, especially against a guy like McNamara, where you know you're going to be shorter than him, you know you're going to be smaller than him. You have to believe that you can win that fight. And McNamara, we saw him kind of earlier on, too. He almost had that mentality of, look, I'm bigger than you, challenge me, and I have the confidence I'll win.
So Harmon and Thurlow on the faceoff. It's loose, far side. Leiden tried getting there, couldn't do it. It's sent down, and that's going to be an icing in favor of the Rams. So another offensive zone faceoff coming up for them. This one on the right side. If you're just joining us, halfway through the second period of action between number 1 and number 2 in the state of Connecticut, the Rams and the Wave, Darien and New Canaan. The Blue Wave currently lead by a score of 1-0 off of a goal from Alex Rentz, the junior. And it's going to be scramble for the puck. It's Sachs who will send it down. Leiden has it along the half wall. Now Drew Harmon. He'll look back to Bryce Leiden. Leiden's shot wide of the cage. Thompson trying to get the puck, can't quite do it. Now it's sent in from his brother Brooks. Drew Harmon, Rams really aggressive on the forecheck so far. Samame can't clear it. Sachs able to pinch. And it's still in the zone. Finally gets by Sachs. He'll have to race back with Samame on his tail. Now it's Jack Thompson. As Tarrant slipped up. It was Wadley who couldn't clear the zone. Now Elders behind the cage. He's looking up. And Owen Roby sends it down into the zone. Rams get a change. It's that second line out there. The one that's been making their claim to fame, so to speak, this season. It's sent down. They're going to say it got tipped by New Canaan, and Hardin is going to have to play it. With heavy pressure from Troy, he'll reverse it around. And it was Del Carmine who gave it off to Lowe. Lowe sends it down. Gamble on the chase. He's met by Connor McNamara along the boards. Now Rogan Lowe back to Del Carmine. Del Carmine with a nice couple moves. He gets sent out. And Wadley going after Tony Del Carmine after Wadley threw Del Carmine into goalie Schaefer Repsher.
And New Canaan looking a lot better this second period. Darien came out hot with the momentum riding with them. Now New Canaan's feeling it and just forcing Darien to ice it every time, but eventually it's not going to work, and it's just going to keep giving New Canaan opportunities in Darien's defensive zone.
Good idea by Del Carmine to try to get in front of Repsher. He had an opportunity, was just pushed down, but those are the opportunities that we didn't see from the Rams in the first period, but now in the second we're seeing a few of them.
Repsher loses his stick off the stick save on the shot from Owen Roby. It's Elders who eats a hit from Hardin. right in front of the Darien bench. Del Carmine with a nice move. Rams 3-on-2 rush. Low shot. Gets blocked by Connor McNamara. Now it's Del Carmine up top to Harden. Looks like Wadley and Gamble getting into it right in front of the cage of Repshire. In case you guys missed that last game between these two, Repshire and Gamble apparently have some bad blood after Repshire went after Gamble, throwing a couple sucker punches to the face in that third period. It's loose behind. It's Eriks who looks out in front. It gets blocked, and I think they've got a scrum. I think it was maybe Harden and Thurlow.
Looks to be Lancaster, I think.
Lancaster. I think maybe both them being sent off. Yeah, so Lancaster and Harden being sent off. I think we're still going to have 5-on-5 here at the Ice House with 5:05 remaining. I'm sorry, it looks like Rams only have 4 out there. Maybe they're missing one.
It might be a power play.
No.
Oh, here's
Andrew Brand late to come off the bench. Now he's finally out there. In the defensive zone for the Rams. Blue Wave, good opportunity to get out to 2-0 lead. If they so choose, it's going to be Ives who will send it down, take a big hit from Mark McNamara. Now it's Niffen around his own cage. Big hit from Brandt. It's sent in from Ives. Laddick will get there. It's a big hit from Levy. Sent in from Sachs. Repshire with the pad save. Now it's Ely. McNamara, he lost it. Ives got it into the zone. That's Laddick heavy on the forecheck.
Good move there from Michael Niffen.
Great move as Ely with the quick break, his shot.
Sails.
Yeah, that one went way out. Looked like it got tipped of sorts from Harmon.
I believe that was Kroll
who
had the tip with good stick work, able to get a stick on the puck, really avoid some danger. You see Chase Harden in the penalty box right now. Luckily for them, it's not going to cost them because it's not a Darien power play, but it's Lancaster in for the Blue Wave and Harden in the box for the Rams.
So now the face-off coming up. It was Harmon and Thurlow. Looked like Harmon won it. Now Jack Thompson and Bryce Leiden on the breakaway. Thompson can't quite handle it. It's Drew Harmon who gives it up top to Brooks Thompson. Now Jack Thompson along the boards of Persinger. He'll reverse it down. Thurlow able to clear the zone. It's Rentz on the chase. Owen Roby will get there first. He'll send it around. Thurlow able to get in front of it. Now it's Drew Harmon up to Connor McNamara. Looks like a delayed offsides on the Blue Wave. They're finally able to clear. It's Drew Harmon.
And Buchanan's got to be careful with Darien star lining right now. Mariska Thurlow and Mariska Troy and others.
Repshire plays it out. Connor McNamara.
And New Canaan's got their first line on too as well. Pass over to Thompson.
Far side. Looked like it got saved from Repshire, and the cage got knocked off the post. New Canaan fans don't like it.
No, and then it looked like there might have been a little shove too by a Blue Wave player to push it even further off the post as Repshire was under siege. But a good idea, right? Cross-ice pass from basically point to point. Leiden to Thompson, and Thompson, you know, he maybe just has to take a one-timer there instead of trying to drag back and take the wrist shot.
So now the Rams with the first line back out there, and then at the points, it's Jack Kroll and Caden Leslie. Leslie steps in for the shot. It's loose out in front.
That one's in.
Drew Harmon with the goal for the Rams. And they knotted up at one. Drew Harmon, his third career goal on varsity. The sophomore making his name known in this big game.
Yeah, and sometimes it's the guys that you don't expect to really step up, but Harmon given the opportunity, stepping in for Roby. Good shot from the point by Leslie to the right, and Harmon able to get his stick on it, tip it in, and that neutralized it. Now 1-2-1, but who would have had Rentz for the first goal for Darien and Harmon But you might not even have had one, but I'm sure no one had both out there.
Nice to see the guys who don't get as much recognition get some goals in a huge game like this.
So it's going to be Kroll who sends it off the glass. It's sent in by Levy, but it was offsides on the Blue Wave. So the goal comes from Drew Harmon. Great goal from him, and the assists, Caden Leslie. And I mean, Leslie, what a guy. He's, one of my good friends, and he was a kid who came into this season not even knowing if he was going to make the varsity team, and now scoring a point in, the all-prestigious Darien game. It's such a big accomplishment for him. Very proud of him. As McNamara moves in, Ives is able to reverse it on his knees. Gamble with a nice move.
Yeah, and I think both, we've talked a little bit about the guys that have scored, but it speaks to the depth of both of these teams. And it's not just one line who's dominant, although New Canaan and Darien's both top lines are probably some of the best lines, probably the two top lines in the state. But both of these teams have some great depth where guys on the third and fourth line can really step up and be weapons for these teams.
And the puck loose. There was a big hit from Ely on Kroll. Now the Blue Wave, Weibel gives it up top. Levy's shot. It's loose out in front, gets tipped high of the cage. Now it's back out in front. Gamble able to take it away. And the Rams with a quick break. Thompson on the chase. Good lift against Persinger, and Thompson loses it. And Repture able to cover up. Oh, and a big hit from Levy. I think Levy's off to the box, the referee's saying. New Canaan fans right below us cheering. And the Rams will be on the power play for the rest of this second period, bearing a goal.
The refs will let you play, but that hit just a little bit too late by Levy on Thompson.
I think, the referee's kind of rationale there was Thompson, got knocked over with the hit. When it's that, if it's a little nudge, okay, so what? But when a player's getting sent to the ground, especially a guy with great edges, great skating skills like Thompson, who doesn't fall off, and that's when you know that you got to make the call.
And not a very smart play by Levy at all. Now it's going to give New Canaan a ton of momentum at the end of this period. And if they can come up with a goal, they're going to be looking very good to start the third period.
Yeah, you're right, Charlie. And those are the penalties that these coaches hate the most because they're unnecessary. They're almost like unforced errors. In this case, now New Canaan has the momentum. They have an opportunity, 2 minutes with an extra skater on the ice. And this penalty will bring them all the way down to the end of the second period and the beginning of this third.
And so it's Thompson at the point. The shot, it got blocked out in front. Thurlow able to clear the zone. And the Rams, with Drew Harmon out there on the power play, you would have thought maybe going into this one they would have Del Carmine out there, especially with the absence of Roby. But it's going to be Harmon running with the power play crew. Already a goal on the day, so can't be doubting him. As Lowe with the wraparound shot, it was left right out in front for Gamble. It goes loose into the netting. And
you see the circle around the wraparound the net, looking for a stick in front. Right idea. Looking for the pass to the slot. You'll see on the replay here the good shot. You're looking for Harmon in front for another tip-in. Harmon just could not get a stick on it, but right idea from this Rams power play unit.
And last time these two teams played, this power play unit for New Canaan absolutely terrorized Darien. I believe they scored 2 goals off of Rogan Lowe both times, maybe one time.
One was Thompson, one was Lowe. As the forced turnover, it was Troy's shot, shorthanded, went just wide. Looked like Harmon maybe made a save. The Rams can't get too aggressive here if you're giving up those opportunities. 1 minute left in the second period. It's going to be Jack Thompson in the neutral zone. He'll send it in and try to get the Rams to set up some offense. Tarrant with the hit on Harmon. Now it's at the point. Lowe will facilitate it. He shoots, and that one goes just wide. Now Jack Thompson, he'll send it down. It goes behind. Gamble reverses it. Now it's Drew Harmon behind the cage. He looks up. It's Rogan Lowe. The slap shot.
Oh,
it hit off Bryce Lyden.
This is not what Darien wants, just taking high shots. They want it to be a scrum, but
There's a shot. It got blocked from Elders and escapes the zone. Harmon will come out to play it. Blue Wave get a change. Thompson's got pressure on his tail from Thurlow. He'll be sent off the boards. Del Carmine, he'll play it back into the zone. And 3, 2, 1, that will do it for your second period of action from the Darien Ice House. We're all knotted at 1 after the great goal from the sophomore Drew Harmon. Don't go anywhere on NCTV and DAF Media, because this third period is going to be a great one. So we're going to send it to sponsors. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back to you for the third period shortly.
This broadcast is produced by DAF Media, a joint venture between the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. The production is staffed by student and adult volunteers from the town of Darien and southwestern Connecticut.
The Darien Foundation was founded in the late 90s by Richard and Maureen Chilton. And the initial focus there was on technology and bringing cutting-edge technology to the school system. And here we are, 25 years later, touching all different parts of Darien in so many different ways. We have a really good, thoughtful way that we go through our grant process. Organizations come to us with big ideas, and then there's a collaboration back and forth for us to kind of do our diligence. If it makes sense, we're in it together. We work together and we work to make it happen. And I think the organizations we work with like that, and I know our board members like that. They like to be involved.
As a young mom, when I moved to Darien, I jumped on the opportunity to get involved with the Darien Foundation. I'd seen their impact in many things that touched both my and my children's lives. I wanted to find out more about how we could support all the wonderful nonprofits that are in this town.
The Darien Cottage is a home that supports individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities, ages 21 and older.
Thanks to a generous grant from the Darien Foundation, the cottage here at Darien has been turned into a smart home. This smart home is bounding with technologies.
The new technology is going to have a big impact on the ability for the individuals to access their community, their friends, and their family. I want to thank the Darien Foundation for their gift that enabled us to build this smart home.
For close to 50 years, the Darien Arts Center has been the home for creative, inclusive, and dynamic arts. The generosity of the Darien Foundation has been extraordinary. Through their kindness, we now have a state-of-the-art lighting system.
The Tiny Miracles Foundation helps families who have babies in the neonatal ICU, the NICU. Prematurity happens in 1 out of 10 pregnancies. And in those situations, the Tiny Miracles Foundation is there to be by the parent's side and help them through those scary days, weeks, and even months. Tiny Miracles' new headquarters that was made possible by Darien Foundation is a game changer. We are so thankful to Darien Foundation for this new office space that is home to all of Tiny Miracles' programming and operations. Thank you.
The Darien Foundation has a super relationship with the Darien Police Department. Our most recent grant to the Marine Division was a search and rescue software.
The role of the Marine Division is sort of twofold in that we do a lot of daytime, fair weather law enforcement, which is sort of what most people see on a day-to-day basis that are boaters. The other part of our job is to go out in not amicable conditions, bad weather, nighttime, cold, rain, really choppy sea. Arguably, those are the more important parts of our job, rescuing people that are out in the water in the nighttime, in the bad weather. With the technology that we've been able to acquire through the Darien Foundation, it will increase our capabilities drastically to accomplish the mission of search and rescue. The awarding of the grant was amazing, but the assistance I got in the administration of purchasing, contracts, things of that nature, the Darien Foundation assisted me in that entire process all the way through completion. I just want to extend my gratitude to the Darien Foundation on behalf of the Marine Division. The boating public is going to be safer now that we've been able to equip our boat with the latest technology.
As I drive around town with my young family, I can't help but see the direct impact the Darien Foundation has had on our wonderful town. It makes me so happy that I'm raising my family here, and I'm so thrilled I can be a part of it.
25 years of the Darien Foundation is amazing. But when you think about it, we couldn't be doing all the things we're doing for the town without all of you. If we didn't have the community there supporting us every step of the way, we couldn't do all these wonderful things. So 1, thank you. 2, we hope you'll continue to give for the next 25 years.
Celebrating and supporting Darien athletes. That is a simple mission of the Darien Athletic Foundation. Broadcasting live from the field, DAF Media covers 125 games a year. All Darien teams, our youth, in our town, on our fields. Fields like the Center Oval and Upper Oval turfs, the JV softball field, and Stadium East, the longest turf in New England, all made possible by the Darien Athletic Foundation and its generous founders and donors. The Darien Athletic Foundation is not just committed to building our town's athletic infrastructure, it's improving the civic infrastructure for everyone to enjoy. The multimedia scoreboard, the snack bar pavilion, and the stadium lights, a $750,000 investment that makes Darien High School just the second school in Connecticut with LED lights. The Darien Athletic Foundation board is made up of local parents who know just how quickly it goes by. Its archives of more than 60,000 photos capture those precious moments of our young athletes as they strive to be their very best. The Darien Athletic Foundation has raised almost $9.5 million for our town and its kids, and it's not stopping there, as it continues to build a legacy for our youth as bright as their future, both on and off the field.
Thank you for watching DAF Media. We're excited to introduce our broadcast donor wall, which proudly honors those who have made donations to DAF Media. Gifts of $1,000 or more will be individually acknowledged on this donor wall here on our broadcasts for a period of 1 year from the donation date. DAF Media is committed to education and broadcast excellence. Your support allows us to keep bringing you high-quality community programming while giving our student volunteer broadcasters hands-on STEM experiential learning of all parts of computer networking and video production. Your donations help pay for equipment, insurance, transportation, and our award-winning advisor, and make these broadcasts possible. To donate, you can scan the Venmo QR code shown here or visit our website at dafmedia.org/donate. The link to donate is also in the description of this YouTube video. For those of you who prefer a more traditional approach, checks can be made payable to DAF Media and mailed to the address shown here. Donations of $1,000 or more will be recognized on our broadcast donor wall for 1 year. Feel free to pause the broadcast to write this down. Thanks for watching and supporting DAF Media. Are you enjoying this broadcast? If you like what you see on the DAF Media Network, please help support us with a donation. DAF Media is committed to education and broadcast excellence. Your support allows us to keep bringing you high-quality community programming while giving our student volunteer broadcasters hands-on STEM experiential learning of all parts of computer networking and video production. Your donations help pay for equipment, insurance, transportation, and our award-winning advisor, and make these broadcasts possible. To donate, you can scan the Venmo QR code shown here or visit our website at dafmedia.org/donate. The link to donate is also in the description of this YouTube video. For those of you who prefer a more traditional approach, checks can be made payable to DAF Media and mailed to the address shown here. Any donation of $1,000 or more will be recognized as sponsors of our broadcasts for 1 year. Feel free to pause the broadcast to write this down. Thanks for watching and supporting DAF Media. This broadcast is produced by DAF Media, a joint venture between the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. The production is staffed by student and adult volunteers from the town of Darien and southwestern Connecticut.
Back live at the Darien Ice House for third period action between the Rams and the Wave, Darien and New Canaan. And it's been a close one so far. Myself, PJ Neville next to me, Charlie Warnock, John Frieders. And guys, this has been an awesome one. The Blue Wave went up 1-0 late in that first period off a goal from the junior Alex Rentz. Then in the second period, it was a sophomore, Drew Harmon, who got the goal off a rebound. And that's where we are right now. So Charlie, I'm going to start with you. What the Blue Wave need to do to finally get on top of their opponent and rival the New Canaan Rams?
Well, they got to erase that second period. It's anyone's game now. They just got to think about it's one period, 0-0. Just forget about everything else. Do the best you can. New Canaan's riding with all the momentum right now, so they've got to be feeling great. But Darien just got to not think about that goal they let up and just be coming ready to play.
Yeah, and then John, for you, the Rams, what they got to do to still stay undefeated?
I think what we saw towards the second half of that period was the Rams increase their physicality, really go, finish their hits, and be aggressive. They need to continue doing that, and then you get opportunities like that tip-in by Brendan Harmon or Drew Harmon, my apologies. And Charlie, I agree with you too. Erase the first two periods. Nothing from those first two periods matters. You have one period. New Canaan showed that they had the clutch factor in the first game, but does Darien have it in this one?
So that is where we stand. Going into this third period, the Rams have a 6-second power play, so they're just going to put out your usual suspects. That first line of Leiden and Thompson on the wings. Drew Harmon centering them, as if you guys missed the open, Braden Roby and Cam Leiden both out. Leiden with some stitches in his knees on the bench, but not playing. And then Roby out with an illness. So at the points, you've got Patty Sachs and Chase Harden. That does it for the penalty. We're back to 5-on-5 play here. It's Leiden getting some good positioning on Ely, and his shot sails all the way out of bounds, out of play. Looked like got tipped out in front from someone, and we'll get an offensive zone face-off for the Rams.
Yeah, and one thing that we didn't talk about, and kind of one of the keys to this third period, is staying out of the penalty box. You can't go into the penalty box in this third period. Both teams have looked pretty decent on the power play. They're just looking for that opportunity to strike, and you don't want to give them that opportunity.
Weibel with a nice deke was able to get it away from Sachs, but then Thompson flew in to get it right back for the Rams. Now it's Weibel in his own D zone. Harden tips it up. It goes all the way out of play, right in between the Rams student section and the Rams parent section. So we'll get a neutral zone face-off right at that dot. It's going to be the second line out there for both squads again. It's Elders and Lowe on the face-off. It's going to be one back by Lowe to Kroll. He'll send it off the glass. Now it's Niffen who will fire it all the way down. Oh, and Roby will play it behind. Roby off the boards to Bauer Gamble. And they're going to get an offsides on the Blue Wave. So another neutral zone face-off right at the same dot. And it's Lowe and Elders again.
And Darien really got to get something going, especially with this second line, because they create so many points for this team. They get all the opportunities. And it seems like every time they're on the ice, they get a shot that it's so close to scoring or does score.
Elders able to create a quick turnover, but the Rams get it right back. It was Roby off the boards. Levy moving in. He stumped it down. And Kroll slipped up. Elders on the forecheck, couldn't get it. Rogan Lowe clears the zone for the Rams. Gamble with some nice hand-eye, able to tip it out in front of him. And he'll get it right back.
Yeah, and one thing that we also haven't talked about is this defense of the Rams is missing Cam Lyden, but they found a way to neutralize Jack Mariska and Aiden Elders, the two guys, Charlie, you talked about in the open, the Blue Waves' leading scorers. Both Elders and Mariska have gone quiet in this game.
Yeah, this Rams defense doing a really good job shutting down Darien. Seems like forever since Darien got a decent shot off.
It's Laddick walking the blue line. His shot blocked out in traffic. It's going to be Harden back in the neutral zone. Harden sends it down to Laddick. Laddick tried just gaining the zone through that. Now it's in the neutral zone again. Laddick sent it down. Kilroy able to stop it. As Harden looks up to Ives, the pass gets tipped. Ives with a nice spin move. He gets tripped up, and that's going to be a power play for the Rams. It was Thurlow who went on the ground. Ives tripped over him, and the Rams will get the power play. And third period power plays for New Canaan against Darien have worked out to their favor very well this season.
Yeah, and that's a tough penalty to take, right? Because that wasn't intentional. That wasn't an intentional penalty where it wasn't charging after the play. It wasn't an intentional slap checking or high sticking. You just have to live with that, and now it's imperative that this Darien defense find a way to clear the puck out of the zone and eliminate this Rams power play.
So the puck is dropped. It'll be Thompson through the neutral zone. And now in his own D zone. Makes a nice move, gets it by Troy. Now Gamble with a nice couple of dekes. Leiden moving in, 2-on-1 across to Lowe. Low shot,
good save there from Repsher.
Now behind, out in front. Gamble shot, he winds up, it gets blocked from Persinger. Gamble gets taken down. Rams wanted a call, they don't get one. Now it's Leiden behind. He'll look up to Lowe.
That's big.
Lowe can't keep the zone.
Yeah, and you saw the pass across from Leiden too. Lowe, it looked like Lowe was holding for that extra second to see if Repsher would slide too far out of position. He did not, and therefore Repsher made a big save on the 2-on-1.
This is what Darien wants. Make it a scrum. Make it hard for New Canaan to get a shot off.
So it's going to be Gamble along the left wall. He can't play it. It gets sent out. Harmon will have to play it. It's Jack Thompson who evades Samame. He's able to move through the neutral zone. And the shot from Thompson, that one just wide. It was a good look for him. Rogan Lowe fires it across to Kroll. The shot gets tipped out in traffic. Del Carmine will take it behind. He was looking for Leiden. Now up top with Lowe. Lowe sends it in. Oh, and Leiden nearly got a tip on it. Repsher able to make the save. It escapes the zone. Blue Wave get a change. 30 seconds left on the power play for the Rams. Wave doing very well on the kill.
Bad pass.
It's sent down. Goes behind the cage. Kroll will have to play it. He looks up to Harmon. Harmon moving it through the neutral zone. 10 seconds on the power play for the Rams.
Good defense there from James Troy.
It'll be Owen Roby who will have to play it behind his own cage, and it looks like that will do it for the New Canaan power play. A successful kill for the Blue Wave. Looks like it hit off the skate of the referee. Laddick will give it back to Kroll. Kroll will dump it down. It's Connor McNamara on the chase along with Drew Harmon, and it's going to be an icing for the Blue Wave and a defensive zone faceoff coming up for the Rams.
Yeah, incredible job by that Blue Wave penalty kill with some help from Repsher to kill off that penalty. Now you have momentum, an offensive zone faceoff. Work the puck around, get Mariska a touch, get Elders a touch, get a couple of those guys we talked a little bit about, get Ely a touch as well, and Troy, and get them taking some shots on Harmon.
So it's going to be Harden who tries to clear the zone. He can't do it. It was Tarrant who kept it in. Eddie Harrison able to clear the zone. Brooks Walker in there with a good lift. Harden with a hit. It's going to be Sachs. Does a good job splitting two defenders, able to get it out. Ives clears the zone. It gets sent up, hits the ceiling from Persinger, and it's going to be, I think, the neutral zone face-off coming up. So 10 minutes remain in the third period of action between the Rams and the Wave, New Canaan and Darien.
And PJ, we are far from over here at the Darien Ice House. Don't want to spread an announcer jinx, but this is when both of these teams turn it up, right? For both of these offenses, that clutch factor is activated, and the stars shine bright when the lights are on them, and right now, all the lights are on both these teams.
It's loose out in front.
Right in front of the net.
It's still loose. The Blue Wave able to get it out. Repture didn't know where it was. Del Carmine will send it in. Repture makes a save. That was a great opportunity. It just got loose.
It was like Darien almost passed it to Repture on accident. He wasn't ready for it. Almost a New Canaan goal. That would have been a costly error. Maybe it was a shot.
Yeah.
And another shot, a good follow-up shot by Leiden. Puck pop free. Good job by the Blue Wave to clear it out of the danger zone, but New Canaan showing a little bit of something there.
It was Connor McNamara, who sent it around. Big hit laid on Rogan Lowe. Del Carmine. As now it's behind with Kilroy. Blue Wave able to get it out. Mariska.
Oh, good move from Mariska.
And that's going to be an offsides on the Blue Wave. Mariska wanted that. You could tell the second line has been shut down all night long by the Rams. If Darien's going to get going, it's these guys that are going to do it for them. So the Rams get their top line back out there. The Blue Wave, their second line of Elders, Troy, and Mariska. It's Drew Harmon taking it through the neutral zone. He'll dump it in. Good positioning. Oh, Harmon nearly got his second of the night. It's loose behind. Leiden with a big hit.
Really, really smart play as New Canaan's still on the attack.
Oh, looks like we got another Darien player down behind after the hit from Leiden. Oh, he's getting up. He's fine.
Really smart play, though, right by Thompson and by Harmon. Kind of make Repture make his decision whether or not he wants to come out of the crease and poke the puck away with his stick, poke it aside, or if he's going to sit back. And what happened there was he got caught in between. He didn't make his decision on whether he wanted to come out or stay in, and then you get caught there. And that's when issues happen. That's when you give up those second chance goals or those goals that you can't control. So if you're Repture, you have to make a decision.
So it was Elders who got hit. The Blue Wave wanted a cross-check on Leiden. They didn't get it. And it's going to be Sachs at the point down. And Tarrant able to get in front of that. Now Tarrant moving it through on the rush. He sent it up. Sachs with a big hit. Samame able to keep the zone. Now Leiden with a quick rush of his own. Drew Harmon gained the zone. Looked like Bryce Leiden was just off sides. So miscommunication from the Rams. And we'll get a neutral zone face-off. We'll get the third line out there for New Canaan, the top line for the Blue Wave.
If you're the Blue Wave, almost in a sense, I think you want to stop playing this stagnant play, right, where it's breaks every 30 seconds. You want to let Mariska and Elders and those guys get out and really force some pressure, try to get out on a breakaway. So if you're the Blue Wave, you have to kind of continue to work fast, and you can tell the Blue Wave want to work at a quicker pace.
So Hardin and Ely battling for position. Ely able to get it. He'll send it out in front. Harmon with a good poke. Now it's Weibel. Weibel reverses it. McNamara against Ives for the puck. Hardin comes flying in. He gets taken down by McNamara. He's still down. Those two going at it as it's behind with Weibel. Kroll spreads out, trying to make a play. Kroll then blocks it. It's Ely out
in front of the net.
It's loose. Persinger. His shot got blocked by Laddick. Rams can't quite clear the zone. It's still in. Hardin finally sends it down for an icing as he gets leveled by McNamara.
Saw Harden and McNamara get into a little bit of a scrum along those left side boards, and then he came out, but Harden doing a really good job of defending that middle ice. You see him get knocked down, then gets back up, always scanning to make sure that a blue jersey doesn't come in untouched for a second chance opportunity or a pass to the slot.
So it's Elders and Lowe on the face-off end. This Darien team, they definitely have more size than the Rams, but the Rams seem to have more fight. They keep getting pushed down and keep getting back up every single time. Because now it's a 2-on-2 break for the Rams. Gamble taking it in. He'll shoot it low angle. Repture with the pad save. Darien tries to clear it out. They do. It's going to be Sachs with the defender on his tail. Now Brooks Thompson able to get it up to Gamble. It's loose in the neutral zone. And Troy lost it. Now it's Gamble moving in. Gamble shot, and it's saved from Repture. Easy save for him. Gamble was trying to go 5-hole. Couldn't squeeze it in.
And I don't think that shot, the intention behind it was to score. I think simply the intention was to get it on Repture, have Repture hold, and then create this offensive zone face-off where now you have a strong presence inside the dot, and you can maybe get an opportunity, maybe a slap shot from the point.
So it's it was Thompson on the face-off. Kroll able to keep it alive in a big hit. It's sent around from Darien. Kroll headhunting for another. It was Rentz who he hit, and the shot from the point got saved and bottled up from Repture once again. So now, face-off coming up on the left side of your screen. If you're just joining us, the Rams of New Canaan heading from bottom to top of your screen. Meanwhile, Darien Blue Wave going from top to bottom. Blue Wave in the blue jerseys, Rams in the white. Weibel will send it down.
Good pass there from Weibel.
Mark McNamara
in front of the
sent
net.
it out in front. That was a scary moment for the Rams. Now Drew Harmon moving it through. He looks up to Thompson as he gets buried off of a hit from McNamara. That's Jack Thompson going against Connor McNamara.
And when both McNamara's in, it's just so intimidating for the other team.
And it'd be interesting to see how many hits the McNamara brothers have combined between the two. You know, it has to be in double digits at least. They've just been extremely aggressive, laying bodies left and right out tonight.
Seems like Harden and McNamara have been going at it all night. Harden not afraid to back down from him.
Yeah, and you know, you talk about the size of those McNamaras. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw in the Super Bowl last night, or maybe you just turned it off because it kind of became a snooze fest at some point, but the Eagles' offensive line, I think their average size was like 6'6", 300 pounds. As it's loose out in front. It's still loose. Referee blew the whistle. Darien is mad about something. It didn't even go in the goal.
I'm not sure anyone heard the referee blow the whistle. I think that's what all the commotion is about. But if you're Harmon, locate the puck. That cannot happen. You know, he was looking in front of him, and the puck's right behind him.
Buchanan catching a huge break there. I think Darien knows now they got to get some shots off.
Darien fans not going to be happy about that call when they look back at the footage here on DAF and NCTV.
And New Canaan's got to be really careful with this Darien line in right now.
It's Laddick who chips it off the boards. Can't do anything. Now Elders being met by a big hit from Harden. Sachs able to hit it off the glass right in front of Harrison. He's chasing it down. He can't get there in time. And it's going to be a defensive zone faceoff for the Rams once again. New Canaan looks just tired out there. Running with some short numbers.
And you have to wonder if all that physicality where they have to play up to the size of Darien is now taking a toll on them. As now as you're the smaller guy, you always have to fight up and expend more energy, if you will. There's also, this game's just been a dogfight between these two teams.
So it's Kroll, hits it off the glass, goes into the netting, and we're going to get another face-off right in the same spot just about 3 seconds later.
You know, and we saw some dangerous opportunities for New Canaan on Repture. Now it's coming the other way. Harmon with a few dangerous opportunities. One of them is going to find the back of the net soon, though.
Kroll sends it up, and it hits the roof. So now another face-off right at the same spot. And Rogan Lowe talking to referees. Looks like he got tangled up with Lancaster on the face-off. Wasn't able to quite free him up. So sure just telling the referee to look out for that, but got another defensive zone face-off for the Rams playing on their heels right now. As it's Kroll who will reverse it around to Brooks Thompson. Kroll ate a hit from Russell Lancaster. Now a huge hit from Thompson. Now it's Del Carmine. They're going to say it was offsides. Looked like the Rams gained the zone. Could be mistaken. Maybe my eyes are fooling me, but I thought they got it. I didn't see anything with that. But we're going to get a neutral zone face-off coming up.
This game's moving really slow. A lot of stoppages in the recent minute or so.
It's been a long 5 minutes, right, Charlie? And we have 5 left.
But anything can happen in 5 minutes. I mean, we saw the ending of that last New Canaan Darien game. It's played out. Now the Blue Wave with a quick rush. Good hit from Lowe along the boards. It was Thurlow who's trying to get positioning now. Samame behind the cage.
See 2 guys unmarked, and really good physical play there behind the net by Thompson. You saw 2 Blue Wave jerseys and 1 defender who was Kroll in front of Harmon, but really good play by Thompson. Get aggressive, and then Kroll came in, took the puck, and iced it. There'll be another offensive zone face-off for the Blue Wave.
So it was Gamble on the icing and Harmon on the face-off against Mark McNamara. It's going to be Owen Roby, who can't seem to get his stick free from the arm of Weibel. Now it's Gardner Ely behind. It's loose out in front. It's still loose, still loose. And finally played behind. Drew Harmon tries to clear the zone, can't do it. Bryce Lyden looking for the jailbreak pass. It was Jack Thompson who's sitting far side blue line, trying to just get something as Persinger has been on him all night long. Lyden shot, that one just trickles wide. Now the Blue Wave try to get a rush of their own. It gets knocked away from Thompson, sent down. Owen Roby will play it off of some heavy pressure from the defenseman, George Persinger. Lyden evades a big hit from Elders.
See there, his size too, able to keep him up, not get knocked down, just due to the fact that he's basically a forward in a defender body.
So Blue Wave trying to create a turnover, good deflection from Owen Roby, able to get it out. Now Thompson with a rush of his own. Jack Thompson, Kilroy slips, he gets taken down. New Canaan wanted a hook, they didn't get it.
Now the action's ramping up between these 2 teams. Bad pass there.
And Lowe moving in, looks across to Gamble. Gamble gets sandwiched between 2 Blue Wave defenders. Now it's Kilroy versus Lowe along the wall.
In front of the net.
Out in front.
Here's Troy.
Troy trying to move it up.
Oh, bad
good
pass to Mariska.
It was Del Carmine who was able to get in front of it. Now it's sent down for an icing. And the Rams get an offensive zone face-off and potential to get some momentum and maybe even a goal in the final 2:50 of this 3rd period of action between number 1 and number 2.
Yeah, and when both teams are extremely tired like this, you can tell on the ice just how spent both teams are. That's when those deflections, those tip-ins happen, because everyone is just so tired. Sometimes the player gets lazy and a rebound pops free, and golden opportunity for either of these teams is definitely possible.
Bad error there from Harden, letting that one go out of Darien's defensive zone.
It was Niffen moving up the ice. His pass got tipped off the stick of Del Carmine, went out of play. And it'll be a neutral zone face-off coming up here. It's going to be Lowe. He will win it back to Sachs. Sachs across to Harden. Harden will send it down. Now it's Levy. Levy tries to clear it out. It's a shot from Del Carmine. It went just wide. Del Carmine still on the pressure. Fight for it along the boards. It's played out. Niffen cross. Good hit from Del Carmine. Sent behind with Hardin. Now Niffin, good job intercepting that one. He'll send it down. 2 minutes left to play here in the third period. Sachs looked up to Del Carmine. He couldn't get anything. Persinger sends it in. And it's Hardin. Around to Sachs. McNamara forces the turnover down to Ely. Ely moving up. Looked across far side. No one's home.
Shot!
That
just
one
wide.
went wide. McNamara will send it down. Sachs will have it. He'll look up and ice it for the Rams.
And you can see New Canaan is looking tired at the end of this period, and Darien's got to capitalize. They're starting to create some opportunities. They know what they need to do.
And that was a mental mistake there, right, to clear the puck all the way down. Sachs looking for a pass instead. Going to allow Darien the opportunity for an aggressive forecheck, an opportunity in the offensive zone to try to find that lucky goal.
The shot from Mariska, it gets tipped. No one can find it. Elders finally does. It goes behind.
In front of the
Out
net.
in front, Elders shot.
A block. Wow.
Great block. I think it was Leiden on it.
It was Leiden or Roby, one of the two.
Troy comes
Now
out with
Troy
it.
moving in. He gets it loose. Drew Harmon, good physicality along the boards. Now it's Jack Kroll who loses it. Drew Harmon able to send it down. Great play from him. Leiden right on Terrence's tail. Big hit. It's loose. Now the Blue Wave will try and get it out. It's sent down, and that's going to be an icing. So the Rams get an offensive zone face-off here with 47.7 seconds left in the third period. It's starting to get real from the Darien Ice House.
And you have to be careful, right? You don't want to clear the puck towards the middle of the net. You see on the replay here, a pass right to the slot off the leg of Roby. Good deflection. Good job able to get a body in front of the net. But you have to be careful where you're clearing the puck to. And you see both these teams really using the icings as an opportunity to get the puck out of their own end and then catch their breaths.
It's going to be Kroll walking the blue line. He'll give it down to Gamble. Gamble's shot blocked. Gamble back up to Kroll. Kroll will send it out of play. We're going to get an offensive zone faceoff for the Rams. Looked like he was just trying to send it behind the cage and put a little too much on it.
Still tons of time left on the clock, 37 seconds. It may not seem like it, but anything can happen in 37 seconds, especially between these two teams.
For sure, New Canaan's going to give their all. They have it in Darien's defensive zone. Little time. Just got to give everything you can to put a goal, to put the puck in the net and go up 2-1.
Levy sends it off the glass. It's going to be Roby in the neutral zone. He'll send it down. Now Niffin will take it behind. Gamble on the forecheck. Across to Levy. Now Weibel. Weibel gets his pass tipped. It's Del Carmine. Del Carmine out to Low. Low shot. Goes wide. Gamble out in front. Now the Blue Waves send it down. And it's going to be an icing awarded to the Rams. Roby able to get there just in time.
Very, very close.
Yeah. Now 8.4 seconds left in the third period. Rams, one last final opportunity in your offensive zone.
And if you're the Blue Wave, it's imperative that you win this defensive zone faceoff, clear the puck out, and go back to the locker room and get ready for overtime.
So don't want to jinx it there, John. I've done that once, that's why. In a lacrosse game, New Canaan versus Staples, so don't want to jinx any overtime because anything can happen. As Leiden's shot blocked out in traffic, it's sent down. Hardin will play it, and I guess we will have overtime from the Darien Ice House. Score is 1-1 after 3 between the Rams and the Wave. So I believe we will have an 8-minute overtime period. After that, it will be a tie if no team is able to score.
And that's the last thing both of these teams want, right, is a tie. It was a sour taste in your mouth. I know last year, calling one of the girls lacrosse games, New Canaan Darien, there was a tie, and both coaches wanted to keep playing. And it's even more apparent here, right? New Canaan won the first one 4-3. It's the number 1 and 2 teams in the state. One team wants to go home as the winner.
And this is where Troy, the boy legend, was born, the OT goal, and he's going to be shooting on the same side again, so we'll see if he can do it back-to-back and maybe cement a little legacy in Darien Wave hockey.
Yeah, and on the other side, you have Bryce Leiden, who I don't know if you remember, but he had a pretty unreal goal last year in overtime, scoring that shootout goal on a breakaway, or not a shootout goal, but a breakaway goal, able to sneak it through, and he was hailed as a legend after he scored that one. So if whoever scores here, if someone scores in overtime, is going to be, or going to go down with some pretty legendary status and in some pretty legendary company as well.
Yeah, and I mean, what is New Canaan Darien without some overtime? 3 of their last 6 matchups have gone to overtime. Or, sorry, 3 of their last 6 regular season matchups have gone to overtime, excluding this one. So now it's going to be 4 out of their last 6 regular season matchups.
And I don't want to jinx anything, but I personally don't think this game's going to end in a tie. I think one team's going to put it in the net.
I think both teams are going to come out firing. And maybe, just maybe, I wonder if we see some Cam Leiden action coming off the bench. You know, I wouldn't leave it out of the realm of possibility. He's not going out there now, but I'd love to see Clyde get out there.
Well, it's interesting, too. You mentioned overtime goal is very much possible. We've seen so many close opportunities where the puck just hasn't found the back of the net. It seems like one of them has to find the back of the net soon instead of dancing in that crease.
So both teams circling around, ready for the face-off.
They're back early, too. There was about 35 seconds left on the clock, and both teams are already around that face-off dot, ready to start overtime here at Darien Ice House.
They're antsy. They can't wait to get after it. It's going to be Kroll in his own D-zone who will have it. Surveying the ice. He gives it off the boards. Now it's down the neutral zone. Jack Thompson taking it in. He'll rip a shot, and it's
almost
off the
in.
helmet. We've got a delayed penalty on the Blue Wave, and it's going to be a New Canaan power play coming up.
You see that New Canaan student section likes it. Now Mariska getting a bit aggressive.
Mariska and Roby, I've heard there's some bad blood there. Don't want to speculate, but I've heard of sorts that they don't like each other too much. Off to the box, it was Mariska. I didn't quite see the penalty. Did either of you guys?
I did not. I'm not sure what the call was.
I think it must have happened far side because it didn't happen with any relation to the puck and Thompson. So
we'll have to look back on the replay at that one. Our apologies here. But this is not what you want if you're the Blue Wave now down a man in overtime. 2-minute power play for New Canaan.
So the Rams with the power play unit out there. It's Lowe, Leiden, Del Carmine, Thompson, and Gamble. And this is where you miss Braden Roby, a guy who facilitates the puck so well. As it's sent down, it's Thompson who will take it around behind.
Good
Troy
D there from
pressure.
Troy.
It's Del Carmine who will have it. He's got Leiden if he wants to look for a big stretch. Now he'll just take it in. Del Carmine, nice move. He'll look up to Lowe. Now Gamble across to Thompson. Thompson shoots. It gets blocked from Persinger. Elders sends it around, and it escapes the zone. Harmon will go out to play it.
Seeing what New Canaan was trying to do there.
Right in front of the net.
That was an own goal from Gamble.
What New Canaan was trying to do on that power play, right, or on their power play right now, is spread that Darien defense out very wide, open up the middle, kind of spread out the box formation that Darien's playing the penalty kill in. You saw an opportunity, good stick move by Del Carmine, but now another rush for New Canaan.
It's Leiden moving in. He's due. His shot saved from Repture. It's still loose out in front. Persinger getting a little chippy. Looked like Terrence's stick got broken on that. I think it was Leiden's shot, but I mean, if it's $300 between a win versus New Canaan, I think he might be taking that deal.
Some Fetty Wap playing right now before the face-off.
Now the puck is dropped. It's It's loose. Both teams battling for it.
A little bit of a scrum.
That's
And it's
what
sent out
Darien
from
needs.
Niffin. Now it's Harmon who will play it behind Thompson.
Dangerous
hustling
play,
against
too.
Samame. Thompson gets it. He'll reverse around. 30 seconds left on the power play for the Rams.
And Samame doing a
able
great
to
job.
Get him off it. Now it's Lowe who moves in. He'll send it down. It's Kilroy who can't get it out. Gamble able to create the turnover. Now it's finally sent down by the Blue Wave. The penalty kill, doing a great job out here. Thompson will look up, make a nice move on Elders. 7 seconds left on the power play. Ives is in. He loses it to Niffin. It's sent down. Still loose. Ives can't find the puck. Niffin sends it around to Kilroy. Both teams back to even strength. It's sent all the way down. Roby will have to play it.
If you're Ives, you want to get this puck in deep,
Whoa,
just as you
it was
did.
on Cage, on Repture. He
Took an
barely made the
interesting
pad save.
bounce
Yeah,
there.
that got a little sketchy for a second. Both teams having some scary opportunities. Almost the own goal from Gamble, and then now that one from Repture.
Some Fetty Wap again playing before the face-off. You love to see it.
The Rams.
The song is called again. Maybe it's Troy or Leiden scoring the prize goal again.
So
that'd be historic.
Yeah, that would. It's Ives against McNamara. Ives wins the face-off. He'll send it down. And Levy will play it. He'll look up. Laddick forces the turnover.
In front of the
It's
net.
Ives out in front. Oh, he loses it. Ives' second shot bottled up from Repture on the pad save. You could tell Ives wanted that. 3 goals on the season, was looking to make it 4.
Yeah, and there's players that play smaller than they actually are, and then there's players like Ives who play much bigger than they are and bring that extra physicality. And Ives, you can just tell, being aggressive. You saw on a shift before, trying to push that puck in deep, really using his short body frame to his advantage in a sense, and getting aggressive. And then that extra effort, he wants that goal.
So now it's Laddick against McNamara, captain on captain. As it's won by McNamara. Weibel getting it out. Ives doing a good job on the forecheck. Harrison will send it down. Laddick on the chase. Persinger able to get it up to Ely. Blue Wave clear the zone, but Roby will send it right back down. Now it's Persinger behind. He'll give it up to Weibel. Weibel moving through. Now it's sent down, and an icing called for the Rams, so they'll get an offensive zone face-off. 4:47 left in this overtime period. Reminder, fans, this is sudden death. First goal wins. If we don't have a goal, it will be a tie on both teams' record. The Rams with that top line back out there. Thompson, Harmon, and Leiden, and then at the points, Sachs and Hardin. Meanwhile, for the Blue Wave, it's Thurlow out there with the likes of Kilroy, Samame, Tarrant.
Dangerous spot.
Thompson, his shot off the helmet of Repture. Kilroy battling for it, along with Thurlow. It's sent out. Hardin on the pinch. He'll keep it in. Now Thompson. Looks like it got pinned from Davis, and no one knew where it was. Not even Davis. He'll send it into the ceiling, and we'll get an offensive zone face-off again for the Rams.
You see that top line still on for New Canaan. The Blue Wave switching out their lines now, but New Canaan, another offensive zone face-off, 4:25 remaining. And they've gotten a few shots here in overtime.
It's Elders against Harmon on the face-off. It's one down. Niffin can't control it. And Elders able to take it out. He'll look up to Mariska. Mariska loses it. Thompson moving in. He'll get bodied off the puck from Troy. Now it's Mariska. Leiden gets tripped up. Elders looking for a breakout to Troy. Hardin able to send it down. Now Niffin across to Mariska.
This is a good sign for Darien.
Mariska moving through. He'll make a nice couple moves. It's loose in the corner and sent out. Levy tried to get it back in. Now Troy does. As Sachs looks up to Jack Thompson. Thompson will dump it down. Levy, some good positioning to stop that opportunity for the Rams.
Big
Sachs
hit there from
gets hit
McNamara.
off the puck, and Thompson's shot got blocked out in front from Levy. Gamble sends it down to Lowe. Brogan Lowe along the boards. He'll look. Maybe he was looking for Del Carmine out in the slot. He'll get taken down from McNamara. It's sent back in. The Rams keep it alive. Now Lowe out in front. Del Carmine back down to Lowe. It's loose. Battle scrum for the puck.
Both teams just exhausted, it looks like.
There's also kind of this.
Tipped up. Gamble, some great hand-eye, able to send it down.
There's this kind of dancing the line, right, of being protective.
Big hit from Gamble. Now Del Carmine out in front. Oh, it nearly got by. Kroll pinches, keeps it down. Roby can't quite grab it. He'll have to reset it in his own D zone. He'll send it down. Levy able to clear it out. And icing waved off. Looked like Darien might have tipped that on the far side of the red line. Now it's Rogan Lowe moving through. He'll dump it in. The backhand. Persinger can't clear the zone. Now it's Gamble. Down, Persinger able to take it away. Del Carmine forces the turnover.
Persinger's
on top of it. And it's sent out.
And Ely showing some speed.
He's trying to get to the puck, get a quick breakout. Couldn't do it.
Thurlow.
Now Thurlow moving in. Thurlow shot. Blocker save
high.
from Harmon. Now Ely behind. Ely will move it along that left half wall, reverse it down. And it was Samame who couldn't handle it. Now it's loose. Tarrant with some heavy pressure from Jack Thompson. It gets sent
goes
all
right
the
to
way
Darien.
out. Ely was right there for it. It'll be sent down from Thurlow.
See, lucky bounce
That was
right
a
near that
miracle.
Darien bench. Ely was right there, just could not corral it, and then he goes on to the bench.
Thompson sends it in, and I think we've got a hand pass on Darien.
A minute 25 seconds remaining in this first overtime. I know if this clock were to run out, go down as a 1-1 tie, but I almost wish that the FCAC would put in a shootout.
Yeah.
A shootout would be electric here.
So it's Harmon on the face-off against Elders. Referee drops the puck. It's Kilroy who will take it behind his own cage. Up to Mariska. Now Troy.
Troy has it.
Moving
Loses
to the
it.
neutral zone. Loses it to Leiden. Leiden with a nice couple moves. And it'll be lost to Darien in their own D zone. Mariska got taken down by Sachs. It's loose in the neutral zone. Once again, Kilroy up to Elders. Now Thompson off to Harmon. Drew Harmon able to get it in. The Rams just barely not off sides. Sachs keeps the zone. We'll send it down. Mariska now looking to break it out. He's got speed. Mariska, good stick check from Thompson. Rams maybe looking to get one more break.
Elders
takes it behind.
in front of the net.
It's loose out in front. It's up high. It's still loose. Now Drew Harmon off the boards. He gets taken down. We've got a penalty. Or maybe not. Maybe it's just an icing. Yeah, I think that's just going to be an icing on the Rams. My fault there. Jumped the gun a little bit.
23 seconds.
I mean, did we expect anything different here, though? A game going down to the wire. It's always close between these two teams, and it's always great to see kind of the communities rally around their teams as well.
I think we've got a timeout coming from Coach Mac Budd and the Darien Blue Wave. They're going to talk over with 23.4, maybe draw up a play. And Charlie, if you're Coach Budd here, who are you trying to draw up a play for to get wide open and get a good look?
I mean, it's got to be Jack Mariska, Aiden Elders, James Troy, and one of the three. You love to see it be Troy because had one last year when no one really talked about him that much. He didn't play that much freshman year when he was on varsity. Sophomore year, it was a huge jump. And then this year, he's just been fantastic. So if Troy scores it, that'd be great. But really, if it's just anyone on that one line, that's definitely who he's going to be looking for.
So both teams talking it over, possibly one last opportunity for each if the Rams are able to spark a quick break. I'm sure Coach Bud has that in mind, doesn't want to give up anything on this great opportunity. So the Rams skate in. Got that second line out there of Lowe, Gamble, and Del Carmine. Meanwhile, the Blue Wave, that line you talked about it, Charlie. Elders, Troy, Mariska, those are the guys that are going to do it for you if you're the Wave. Then you got Persinger and Tarrant at the points. 23.4 seconds. It all comes down to this at the Darien Ice House, number 1 and number 2. So referee waiting to drop the puck. Looks like it'll be one back to Mariska. His shot got
deflected.
Blocked. Now it's Troy behind. They'll send it around. It
oh
gets
my
out
goodness.
Loose. Gamble, he's got 15 seconds. Gamble moving in. The shot blocked from Persinger. Now 9.2 seconds. The Rams have an opportunity to flip the ice and get an opportunity of their own.
Right idea, but a great play by Persinger. And that's kind of where both these teams excel, right? On that defensive side of the puck. You got 3-4 strong defensive lines, and that's where you take it. If you're a goalie, you're thankful for your defense stepping up. And Persinger, Tarrant, two of the best defensive players in all of the FCAC on this Blue Wave team.
The Rams going with 4 forwards here. You've got Leiden in at the point. It's one out to Del Carmine. We'll try to get one last opportunity. It's low. You'll send it on
just
Cage.
over the
just
net.
Missed. Now Leiden, last second shot. Oh, and it goes wide. And we will have a 1-1 tie here at the Darien Ice House between number 1 and number 2. 4 periods wasn't enough. And
that just hurts for us. Wanted to see this game continue, see one team be the winner.
Yeah, and it was a great experience here at the Darien Ice House. The Rams, the Wave, equally knotted at 1. And Charlie, I'm going to start with you. I always like to ask this question. Who are your 3 stars of the game?
For Darien, I have to go with McNamara for 1. Just was so physical in that game. Got to give it to Rentz because he did have the goal when no one was really talking about him. And got to give it to Persinger. Just did everything on the defensive side. Pretty much almost saved the game at the end there. Blocked Gamble shot. So, yeah, those are my 3-star players.
And then, John, for you, same question.
Yeah, it's tough to give you 3 guys, PJ, because really everyone on this Rams team had a good game, and they played up to the level that they needed to. I think the first star has to go to Drew Harmon, my apologies, who stepped up, filled in for Braden Roby. He scored, which was immaculate, and really played up to the level that he needed to play up to be successful tonight. My second star has to be Harmon, the other Harmon brother, who had a decent game in net. That goal definitely was not one that he'll look back on and be happy about, but he did have a good game in net. And then my third has to just be Bryce Leiden and this entire Rams offense that really had a lot of good opportunities. They just couldn't find the back of the net tonight, that extra time which they needed.
So both teams tie at 1 here on NCTV and DAF. We'd like to thank our crew, everyone working in this one. It's all student volunteers, and then, of course, the advisor for DAF, Damian Andrew, stepping in for this one. And that's going to do it here from us. Charlie Warnock, John Frieders, myself, PJ Neville, thank you all for joining us, and make sure to join us next time.